Look, buying AI is easy. Making it actually work inside your business? Now that's a completely different ballgame. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tearing down one of the most common and, frankly, most incredibly expensive misunderstandings happening in the commercial world right now. If you're an operator, a managing director, or a business leader who's currently comparing AI platforms, you are in exactly the right place. So let's dive right into the core problem that separates the businesses that just burn money on software from the ones that actually scale. You know, there is this dangerous myth floating around boardrooms right now. It goes something like this. Once we buy the right AI tool, well, the hard part is done. It's literally everywhere. A business decides it's finally time to adopt AI, the pressure is absolutely on, the board is asking questions, and so the very first move feels incredibly obvious, right? You start shopping. You compare vendors, you look at all the feature lists, and you pick the absolute shiniest, most polished platform you can find. And then, well, everyone just kind of relaxes. You think the big decision has been made, but as we're about to see, that is a massive illusion. Now, this myth is so easy to believe because, honestly, shopping for AI feels really safe. Comparing different platforms, watching these beautifully orchestrated demos, ticking off feature checklists, negotiating the pricing, it feels concrete. It feels like you're really making progress. But the reality of deployment? Oh, it is messy. The actual day-to-day operation is exactly where so many of these AI projects just stall out completely. And it's not because the tool is bad, and it's certainly not because your team doesn't want it to work. It's because the gap between that exciting purchase and your daily reality is just huge. So here's the hard truth. The tool matters, yes, but it is absolutely not the whole solution. Please don't misunderstand me here. Investing in great software is crucial, but the absolute reality of modern business is that the right AI tool can and will fail if it's placed inside the wrong workflow. A tool is really just potential. Until it's actually embedded into the way your company breathes, moves, and operates every single day, it's really just an expensive monthly subscription gathering dust on a virtual shelf. Because let's be real, your business is not a pristine demo environment. Demos are perfect, reality is chaotic. Your actual work involves really complex handoffs between different departments. It involves intricate approval chains. You've got legacy systems, you've got messy data, strict compliance boundaries, and nuanced client context that absolutely has to be respected. An AI tool straight out of the box doesn't magically know where your CRM ends and your inbox begins. It doesn't know which customer cases are highly sensitive or how your team actually gets things done on a chaotic Monday morning. Section 1. Case in point. The proposal automation trap. Let's look at how this actually plays out. Imagine a professional services firm that wants to speed up its client proposals. So they buy an impressive AI tool. Week 1, pure excitement over a totally flawless demo, but hit week 2, and suddenly the data disconnects start appearing. The firm's data actually lives in 3 different disconnected places that the AI just can't reach. By week 3, the managing partner still demands a manual review, so all the approvals get kicked right back into a messy email chain anyway. And by week 4, total abandonment. The team just quietly goes back to their old, manual way of doing things. See, the tool didn't fail here. The workflow was just never designed. And this isn't just theory either. The data paints a really stark picture. MIT Nanda's 2025 research actually shows that deployment success reaches 67% when utilizing external partnerships and customized tools. Now compare that to a mere 33% success rate for internally built do-it-yourself attempts. That completely proves that the, hey, we'll just buy the software and figure it out internally mindset is incredibly risky. These integration hurdles aren't just some simple internal checklist for your IT team. They are flashing warning signs that specialist design is absolutely needed. And to put that into perspective, the gap widens even further. McKinsey's 2025 State of AI research found that AI high performers are nearly 3 times more likely to have fundamentally redesigned their workflows. 3 times. The companies that are actually winning with AI are not simply shopping smarter than you are, they are implementing smarter. The real value isn't coming from the software alone. It's coming from the deliberate, strategic way the entire business is being rewired around that tool. Section 2. Building a working system with Omnisenti. So this is exactly where Omnisenti enters the picture. They are the expert partner that bridges the gap between just buying software and actually building a working, compliant operation. They aren't just out there selling a dream, they execute a very rigorous process. It starts with auditing your workflow to really understand the slowdowns. Then, they design the blueprint, architect the AI system, and integrate your messy data sources for real context. Finally, they implement and optimize. What makes Omnisenti so different is that they specifically design AI around the places where human judgment, handoffs, and accountability still matter. Good AI implementation doesn't remove responsibility, you guys, it makes it clearer. Which brings us to the strategic crossroads that pretty much every business faces today. Which AI tool should we buy? This is exactly where most businesses are currently stuck, and it is a deeply flawed, limiting question that leads straight to unused software and totally wasted budgets. If your AI plan begins and ends with that question, you need to hit pause right now. The better and frankly far more profitable question is this: who can help us make AI work inside our actual operation? Just shifting your mindset to that changes absolutely everything. It turns you from being just a software consumer into a builder of a working AI-enabled operation. It forces you to think about integrations, data sources, and most importantly, human checkpoints long before you ever commit to a vendor. So I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to chew on. Right now, you might be comparing tools, you might be sitting in long meetings looking at feature checklists, but your smartest competitor, they have already chosen a tool, and they are busy designing their workflow around it with an expert partner like Omnisenti. So guess who becomes operational first? If you want AI to actually change your business, stop shopping for software and start building a system. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.